Okay, Violet, today we are going to write a sentence using a picture, and I think it's going to be a picture that you will really like, one of your favorite things. So, I'm going to show you this picture. What is it a picture of?
A school bus.
What do you notice about the bus? What is it doing?
It's driving.
Good job, you're right. That's a great idea. So I hear you saying that the bus is driving. We are going to write a sentence about our observations today, and we are going to practice using our capital letters, our punctuation, our finger spaces, correct spelling, and most importantly, we want to make sure that our sentence makes sense, okay? So, Violet, when we're getting ready to write, the first thing we do is we look at our picture. I'm going to hand you your writing sheet. Here's your pencil. The first thing that we do is we look at the picture, and then next we say an idea, okay? And then after that, we choose a sentence frame that works for us. I have 3 choices for us today. And I'm going to model it first for you. So I'm going to choose the sentence frame, the school bus is, okay? And when I do this, I always start my sentence with
A capital.
a capital letter. So you're just going to watch right now. I'm going to choose the school bus is. So I'm going to start my sentence with a capital letter. The. And I want to make sure that I have my finger space. School bus is, I'm going to say driving to school. Perfect. So you notice that I have my finger spacing. I have my capital letters. I ended my sentence with what?
A period.
A period. So I have my punctuation. And I think my sentence makes sense, but I'm going to go ahead and review it. The school bus is driving to school. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So now that you have watched me do it, you are now going to make your own sentence. So Violet, can you put your name at the top of your paper?
Okay.
Perfect. Now, which sentence do you want to use? We have some sentence starters. I'll read them to you. The school bus is, I see a school bus that, or the yellow school bus is.
Okay.
So say the sentence, Violet. We're going to work through it together so we make sure that we're following all of the parts.
The yellow school bus is.
Perfect. So what is the first thing we're going to start our sentence with?
A capital.
Perfect. All right, Violet, write the. Perfect. And then we're going to remember our
Finger space.
finger space. Good job. Okay, school. Bus. Oh, remember your finger space. Good job. Now we're kind of at the end of our line. So are we going to write our next words?
The next line.
Good job. And before we write, we want to say the yellow school bus is. We want to put our ideas. We want to say our idea before we write our idea. Okay? So what do you want to say about the yellow school bus? You want to make a sentence that makes sense.
The yellow school bus is going to school.
The yellow school bus is going to school. Can we add another detail to that?
The yellow school bus is going to the school to drop off the kids.
Perfect. So, could we say the yellow school bus is taking kids to school? Do you like the way that sounds?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, right? So, the yellow school bus, if you need help spelling, I can help you spell. The yellow school bus is taking. That's a pretty big word, okay? So let's tap it out. T-A-K-ing. What's the first sound we hear?
T.
Good job. All right, let's write our T. T-A. What's our middle sounds?
A.
A. T-A.
K.
And there are 3 letters that make ing. I, N, G.
I-N-G.
Good job, Violet. You're doing a great job. All right, so we have the yellow school bus is taking
The kids to school.
the kids to school. So make sure you have your finger space. And I know you can spell the. The kids, finger space. Make sure you've got your finger space. The kids to school. Oh, what always goes at the end of a sentence?
A period.
A period. Is it always a period?
No.
No, not always, right? Sometimes, if we're excited, will we put?
An exclamation mark.
Good job. What about if we're asking a question?
A question mark.
A question mark. You're doing a great job, Violet. All right, so we know our punctuation. Now, before we do our final check, I want you to review your sentence and read it to me.
The yellow school bus is taking the kids to school.
Good job. All right, I have our checklist now. So we are going to go through our checklist and we are going to make sure that we have all of the components of a sentence. So first thing we're going to do, if you have a capital letter, you're going to put a check mark in this box. Does your sentence start with a capital letter?
Yeah.
Perfect. And we're going to look at all of our punctuation. So we have one sentence, so we should have one punctuation mark. And what punctuation mark did you choose?
A period.
Good job. And, we want to make sure that we have our finger space between each word. So look at your sentence and make sure that you have nice finger space.
I do.
Good job. And spelling. Do you see any words that might not make sense, or do you think you have all of your spelling correct?
I think I have all the spelling correct.
I noticed that this word is not a K, right? Let's look at this word, school. It looks like we spelled it phonetically, but that might be different letters. Cool. Is there a different letter that can make a k sound?
See?
Yeah, so that's going to be an S-C-H-O-O-L. Good job. All right. So we've got our spelling. We double checked. Put a check mark there. Great job. All right. And then the last thing, we're going to reread our sentence because we want to make sure that it makes perfect sense. So, the yellow school bus is taking the kids to school. Great job. I think that sentence makes perfect sense. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Good job. So mark that last checkbox. All right. Your work looks absolutely fantastic. Now, let's see. The last thing I want you to do is I want you to go through and I'm going to pull these away from you and I want you to tell me what the parts of a sentence are so that we know it's a complete sentence. Can you tell me what is the first thing you want to make sure you do?
Capital.
Good job. What else do we want to make sure we have?
Finger space.
Finger space, perfect. Anything else?
Correct spelling.
Good job. What else do we want to look for?
And punctuation.
Perfect. Now, is there anything we're missing? What's something really important? We want to make sure it makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's super important when we write a sentence, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's pretty important. Good job. All right, you got Violet. So this lesson connects our upcoming writing lesson. And tomorrow we are going to focus on turning our sentence into a short paragraph. So we're going to see, what could we add before or after this to make this a 3-sentence paragraph? I mean, you're my star writer, so we're going to keep working. Great job. So proud of you.